Hello all, and welcome back to another summary for our Descending the Hive, a Wrath and Glory campaign. So the group, after resting at the ship, wasted no time getting back to the seal. Entering the Underhive, the two space marines found themselves on a ledge, facing out at the cylinder-like descending platforms. Making their way, they managed to bring up the map that Azrin had given them, deciding they would head to the Ganger complex and down to the original staging ground of the Angels. They made their way there. Crawling down the ladders and corridors of the Underhive, they eventually came to what looked like a old industrial bunker of some kind. Outside, they had found some scum who were hesitant to let them in, but once radioed in, they were invited in wholeheartedly. There they took charge of the situation, going into what seemed to be a recreational area for those under here, or at least for the richer of those under here. They encountered Aaron, the person who seemed to be in charge of the building. With that, they asked what he was doing. He had said that some other angels had been there, and he had sent them on a task working with them in the Inquisition, and that they had left Sister June here. The Space Marines talked with Sister June, finding out that they were down here because some sisters were lost a few decades ago, the timeline lining up when the Angels' Exodus were here. On their way out, they found a locked door that Aaron refused to let them in, so they blew it apart, destroying a good chunk of what Aaron had in there, but there was a safe. Cracking open the safe, they found the message belonging to the sisters, as well as some hidden locations for some wealth that Aaron had hidden in the upper parts of the Underhive. From there, they gave the information to the sister, and Aaron began to panic at that point, declaring that he doesn't know how the Inquisition will react to what was on that report. And once sister was gone, explained that he was just a child when the Angels were here, and they had left him in charge of this data as well as some others, handing over some information from that he was to give to the Inquisition at some point, the sister already gone. With that, the Space Marines knew that they needed to hurry their mission and descended down to the old battlegrounds. From there, they followed clues that had, with Aaron's information from there, they followed clues to the old battleground, checking out where a fight had taken place, and continued on to trash collecting, where Aaron had suggested going through there is where the Angels had gone. Upon arrival, they had found Sam. Sam was an eccentric old man, very excited to see Angels of the Emperor there. He told his tale and, pointed out a few things, including a tire belonging to a bike that could have been employed by Space Marines, but they seemed uninterested. Instead, were curious where it was found. The pile of trash there indicated that it just seemed to be junk that might have been discarded. And with that, they descended further down, past the lit area of the Underhive into the darkness. There they found an old abandoned church and some earth, having to be quite the distance down to accomplish that. They made their way out, finding a hovel of people and some old bolters at the shrine. They continued out. There they found light of some flames and a few others who lived in this darkness. They explained that the arena master might know more after hearing the story and led them to the squat building down there. Upon arrival, the Space Marines were forced to fight their way in order to earn a right to see the arena master. They made short work of the first beast they unleashed, but afterwards, some kind of spawn of sorts, the shifting mass of bioenergy that came at them, proved to be more dangerous. Leaving some injuries, the Space Marines did manage to slay it and made their way to a arena master, who turned out to be another tech priest. He seemed unconcerned with the operations of the arena in general, and lost in his own projects, explaining that the arena was just to sort out the riffraff who he didn't actually have to deal with. There's many questions asked of this tech priest, including why he was down here, what was going on, but he seemed to know much about the coming of the Angels. They had went beyond where this arena was, facing some kind of monstrosity. He had a record of Azrin originally sending them on this, and seemed unconcerned about the whole ordeal or the seriousness of the matter. It was unveiled that some kind of mechanicum experiment gone wrong is what had brought the angels down here, and they were on a hunt to destroy it. There had been information at this point that a dreadnought, 2 bikes, and a full squadron of Space Marines had been dispatched here. The angels were quick to realize that it might be the dreadnought or the bikes that they were sent to retrieve. Such a relic would be ideal for this young Space Marine chapter if they could get their hands on it and get it off the planet. And with that, that's where we left off. Hope everyone has a great couple weeks, and I'll see you at the table. Bye for now.